In the last few videos I've posted here on my YouTube channel, I picked a subscriber and began running ads for him completely step by step in these videos for you guys to watch and learn from. Now, on the last video I posted for this challenge series, we didn't really end off on a good note. Things were pretty unprofitable. So over the last few days, I've been slightly working on the ads and getting them now to a consistent profitable point. So in today's video, we're actually gonna be scaling this ad account live step by step here for you. And we're gonna be taking this ad account from doing about 1K a day to at least double or triple that. Now, this is a 48-hour challenge, so we're really just gonna have to see what happens, but I'm gonna do the best I can and show you guys exactly what I do and why I'm doing it. Now, remember, today is Cyber Monday, which means that it is the last day where you can get my pre-built stores for 50% off. So go ahead, check those out, because tonight at midnight, those prices are going back up to normal. And I don't even know the next time they're gonna be this cheap. On Christmas, I'm gonna do a little sale, but definitely nothing even close to what they are priced at now. So go ahead, there'll be a link in the description. You can get a one product store, a niche store, or a general store. If you wanna test a lot of products, I would definitely recommend a general store, so you can just rapid fire test these products and find one that works for you. And products are included on there. One of them could be a winner for you. So make sure to check out all the details that are actually there on the checkout page, and you'll be able to choose which one is the best for you. Let's go ahead and hop onto this ad account and get things rolling. So November 24th is where we left off, and the store was profitable, but barely. Not enough to a point where I would consider scaling the store, because it doesn't make sense. There's not enough profitability to make it make sense at scale. You know, even if I launched a bunch of ads and it maintained the same ROAS, the profit margins would just be so slim that it would be more of a pain in the butt than, you know, worth running. So then we go to the dates after that. Let's just go ahead and do it to today. And you can see the cost per purchase went down about $5 each, and the ROAS jumped almost a full 1, so at a 2.23. But if we narrow that down even to just the last few days, we can see it's gone up a bit, and the cost per purchase down about $8 pretty consistently. So it's much more profitable now, and I'm seeing a lot more consistency that it makes sense to scale. Now, obviously, this is between Black Friday and Cyber Monday, which are, you know, huge days for e-commerce. And this store itself, we didn't have enough time to prepare for Black Friday sales and getting all those ads running. Now, I did test, you can see right here, some Black Friday, Cyber Monday ad creatives, well, just one of them, and it really didn't do too good. The original ad creative worked much better, so it's still running because we are going through these holidays, and there is a couple profitable ad sets, which I'll show you. So even though we aren't doing huge numbers here through Black Friday and Cyber Monday, this is just a subscriber store, I know we can continue to ride out the profitability that we're at now. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. So if we even just go to lifetime, I wanna show you what I've launched since our last video. So we're just sort of gonna walk through it and also get something done at the same time. So you guys know how I am. The last 3 days of ads being running, this is 4, but you know, it's like 4 a.m. right now, so I'm not gonna count that whole day. But we go through and just turn off things that haven't been profitable, because you might have an ad set that has a 10 ROAS overall on lifetime, but if it hasn't been working in the last few days, then it's not really worth keeping on, because that just means it's losing money. There's really no point of keeping it on. So one ad set sitting in here, chilling, retargeting, looks like it's been doing okay, nothing too crazy. We'll leave that. So this one here spent $23 with no sales, so we're gonna go ahead and just turn off this entire campaign. And then the view content lookalikes have been consistently pushing numbers on these two ad sets. Now, I do see a lot of people ask about what Learning Limited is. So pretty much how it works is your ads, when you first launch an ad set, is gonna be in the learning phase. So to get out of that learning phase, your ad set needs to make over 50 sales within a 7-day period, and then it'll go into active. So if you're in the learning phase, you know, you're gonna be much more susceptible to Facebook maybe disapproving your ads if they're sort of edgy. What you're aiming for is to get 50 sales within a week. Now, that is a pretty high amount of sales for a single ad set, especially if you're doing low budgets for, you know, somewhat of a higher ticket product like this one. But as you can see right here, like, this didn't hit the benchmark, so it's stuck in Learning Limited. These don't have anywhere close to 15 sales within the 7-day period. These have been running for about 10 days now. So that's why they are in Learning Limited. So if something's in Learning Limited, it doesn't really mean it's over, because as you can see, you know, in the last 4 days, 3 days technically, it's still profitable. So once an ad set actually is in the active phase and it's out of Learning Limited, then that just means it's gonna be much more consistent and last a lot longer. But you know, I have seen Learning Limited ad sets that last a long time and are still profitable. Like you can see, these right now have been pretty consistent in the last few days. So we'll see, they might start to pick up and get out of the Learning Limited phase. We really don't know. So then we go to the CBO at 3.1, which is really good. We'll go into here. This has a strong ROAS, but only a 0.87 on this bottom one. So we'll cut that one off. So in the last video, we pretty much just led up to right here. So all these CBOs that we launched, and now this ad set right here. So this is something I did not on the last video, which is a pixel purchase lookalike campaign with a Black Friday Cyber Monday ad. And you can see it didn't really perform too well. So just looking at, since it's been on the last few days, the ROASs aren't really there. It's over the break even, and there's a couple profitable ad sets here, like these two here, but they really just aren't worth scaling or doing anything with. I'm just gonna leave them on and see how they perform over the next few days. And probably towards the end of this week, they might die out, and we'll just cut them off. And then we have another CBO that I launched yesterday from the Pixel Add to Cart campaign, and it's not doing great yet, but I think it'll catch another couple sales here within the next day or so. So we're gonna leave that one on. So with CBOs, I'm usually letting them run for about 2 days before I make the decision to cut them off, unless there's like no sales whatsoever. So this one's lost a little bit of money so far, but it really needs one more sale just to be at a break-even point. So I expect it to do pretty well. And now this top campaign's doing very, very well so far. Only a few sales, but pretty much what I did was I took from the pixel purchase lookalikes ad sets that had sales and then duplicated them into a new campaign using the original ad creative. So just 4 right now, and we can see 2 of these ad sets out of 4 are working really well. They've only spent $17 each, so not even a full day's worth of budget, and they're profitable. So I'm gonna let these go for a few more days before we do anything with them, just because I wanna see more consistency. That's really what it comes down to. So we've been running ads for the subscriber store for a little over a week now. So we're at a pretty consistent point, and now it's time to actually scale this store. So the first thing we're gonna do here is go to this Pixel View Content Lookalike campaign, which I believe we launched in the first video of this series. Now these are unlimited, but if we go here to lifetime, we can see about 10 sales each. This one's at 9, but it's close. So when I have an ad set that's profitable and hits 10 or more sales, that's when I start the scaling phase for that specific ad set. Now we already have done CBOs out of here to somewhat scale this targeting a little bit, and it's worked all right, but we want to bring in some higher numbers because this store's been sitting at anywhere from 800 to 1500 a day now in the last few days. So I want to bump that up to between 2 and 3, and still at the same ROAS of a low to mid 2 would be a good point for us to continue on, especially launching some new scaling tests. So I have my notebook and a pen right here, and this is what I do when I start to scale an ad set that has over 10 sales. So I'll go here to the breakdown tab, and you have all of these things that you can break down your ad set by and see the specific data. So time of day, that's some fancy stuff that we'll get into once things have quite a bit of sales. We actually might do that on CBO today. We'll see when we get to that point. But right now, what we're gonna do is just keep it simple by age and gender. So if we go here and sort it by purchases, we're gonna see right here, we have these 3 main categories that have the most sales. So based on the ad spend that we've spent here for 55 to 64, a 4.66 ROAS, and so on for these other ones. So all I'm gonna do right now is just write down these different breakdowns here, each of these categories with 3 sales. So 35 to 44, 45 to 54, and 55 to 64. Now, as you do this more and more, you'll sort of be able to memorize it as you do it. But right now, while I'm like talking and doing the ads and writing this down, it's hard for me to remember. So I gotta go a little bit slower than normal with it. And then we break down by gender, and we can see here, female, it spent only a little bit of money on male and uncategorized. But if it spent all the ad spend on female only, then we would have a 3.14 ROAS instead of a 2.8. So we're just gonna write down F, and now we're just gonna clear these breakdowns, and we're gonna duplicate this. So we have 4 breakdowns, but we're gonna add in an extra one, which is just a horizontal one. So what we're gonna do here, just so it's easier to see what's going on, we'll just put in VC, view and edit, and then we're gonna do one for just female, H1, so that's just a complete duplicate. And now we're gonna do 35 to 44, and then 45 to 54, and then 55 to 64. So safe to draft. We're not gonna schedule these because it's 4 a.m. for this ad account's time already. All we're gonna do is just break down by these specific ages. Now, one thing you might be wondering is like, why don't you combine these? Like, why don't you do a 35 to 44 male if that's what's working? But I keep it simple. I tend to see more longevity out of doing it this way than combining them, because when you combine it, the audience is gonna be a bit smaller, and we don't wanna do that. Sorry, I'm getting a little confused here with all this going on. H1, we're good to go there. 55 to 64. So we'll pick this here. 55, 64. This one, female only, so we click that. And then this one, 45 to 54. So this process is a big part to my scaling strategy. Doing this with multiple ad sets. You know, when you have 100 plus ad sets with 10 plus sales, especially with a lower ticket product, you know, this comes up pretty quick, this process, when you're able to do it. Because, you know, if you have a $5 cost per purchase, you only have to spend 50 bucks to get 10 sales. But it's really just a process that's very tedious. So it does take some time, but you're able to see some pretty crazy results from it. So just for an example, what I'm expecting to see out of this. So we just launched 5 ad sets, breaking down this 9% with 10 sales. So I would expect maybe 2 out of the 5 to be consistently profitable and do well. But within the first day or two, we're gonna be able to know what's working and what's not, and turn off what isn't working. So maybe this first day tomorrow isn't gonna be super profitable, but at least we're gonna bump up that daily revenue and start to see some more results. So now let's do the same thing, but for this 10% here. And like I said, we'll just go ahead by age. So we can see, I'm expecting pretty similar results. No, this one's actually is interesting. So 18 to 24 as 1. And usually I'm only doing this for the categories that have a few sales, not the ones that have just 1 sale. So then we have 45 to 54 and 55 to 64. And gender. Now, I know sometimes you'll want to get lazy if you're doing multiple ad sets and you'll see what trends are working. Like for this, you know, we obviously notice female is working a lot better than male. You know, male aren't really buying this product, but you still want to break down every ad set that you're working on, just because you never know. Some ad sets, for whatever reason, just have completely different results than other ones. So, like for example, this ad set has a couple of sales, super profitable at the age range of 18 to 24. So I didn't expect that, but it's there. So that's what we're gonna do. So again, we're just gonna make this a little bit shorter so we don't have to look at all this. It's a lot easier to see what's going on with the ad sets. View and edit. So now we just have 18 to 24. We have an H1. 45 to 54. And 55 to 64. So you can do this on your notes on your phone or notes on your computer. I prefer a notepad. It's just a little bit easier for me to, you know, I remember it much better when I actually write it down. And sometimes it's cool to look at. You can go back and write down the date here of when you did this scaling session, and you can look back and see exactly what you did during this time and you know, what you're up to now. So somewhat of a cool thing just to have in general, but it can also help you in the future if you forget what you did on a specific day. So scaling is more than anything, you know, I wouldn't really call it difficult. It's more of just a tedious process, and I wouldn't scale something that's not working. But this thing's been getting some sales. It's been somewhat consistent. So we're gonna push it and see how it does. And the good thing about this is always, if something's not working, cool, turn them off. You know, you don't wanna lose a ton of money. We wanna make money. So there we have it. We just published all of the breakdowns for those 2 ad sets here in the Pixel View Content campaign. And there are a lot of other variables you can break down by. You know, we can go down to the country, since we're targeting 2 countries, specific regions. And time of day is a big one. It's sort of fancy. Let's actually try it here for a CBO, because I treat CBOs somewhat similar to how I would treat ad sets when scaling. But one thing that I want to show you guys that's pretty cool, I haven't really showed here in videos, is doing time of day breakdowns. A lot of people don't know how to do this and don't know that it actually exists, where you can have your ads run just at a specific time. So we're going to do it here with the CBO. It has 20 sales with a pretty consistent ROAS, so it's going to be worth giving a shot. So what we're going to do here is just break down, and then we're going to go to delivery, time of day, ad account time zone. So it is a military time, but it's always, if you don't know what that time is, search it up in Google and it'll help you out. So you can sort by purchases and see which one has the most sales, but then the times are all out of whack and it can be a little bit confusing. But we're gonna scroll here and we can see this is the one with 20 sales, and we can get a general idea of what times of the day specifically are getting the best results. So just right here, I can see off the bat for this ad account time zone, you know, anywhere from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. is pretty consistent with results. So that's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 out of the 20 sales. So a little over half, and all of these here have a very profitable ROAS. So what I'm gonna show you how to do right now, we know I'm gonna write this down, so it's gonna be 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. So now all I have to do is clear these breakdowns and go back to the CBO here. What we're gonna do is duplicate it exactly how it is. And we know the budget is $60 a day, so what we're gonna do is 60 times 30. So $60 being the daily budget that this CDO is spending on the original campaign, and then 30 days is gonna be roughly the amount of days in a month. So what we're actually gonna be doing here is changing this budget from daily to lifetime. So 60 times 30 is 1,800, so we're gonna put that budget right here. So now we change the budget to $1,800, and all you're gonna do is go here to show more options, add scheduling, and run on a schedule. So now we have to go to the ad sets, close out of that, and we're gonna go here, edit all of the ad sets. We're gonna do all of these here. So the start date's already set to about 30 days, just pretty much a month. And we have these ads running on a schedule. So you can do time zone based on the viewer or ad account, but ad account is a lot easier and much more effective just because we broke it down by the ad account time zone, because it's gonna give you a general perspective. The user's time zone is gonna be very scattered. So what we're gonna do here, you can get super specific if you do that once you get a lot of sales in. But what we're gonna do is just do the times that we talked about. But what we're gonna do is break it down by those specific times we had, which is 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. So we're gonna start here at 6 a.m. and go all the way through 12 p.m. so it does spend after that hour as well, because we're giving ourselves a pretty decent time window for getting these sales. So now we're using a lifetime budget to be able to do this. So roughly this should spend about $60 a day, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less, but it's not gonna spend like the full $1,800. It's only gonna spend what it thinks it can get good results with consistently through the 30 days that it's scheduled with. So now all we're gonna do is title this so we know it's 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. And we can just get rid of this right here. We already know what this is. Save to draft. So we know it's a lifetime budget, which tells us, for at least what we're running right now, that this is going to be a time of day campaign and that we're running it from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. So let's go ahead and publish this. And in theory, this should give us really good results compared to, it's already been sitting at over a 3 ROAS. So if it only spends during these times, then it should do well. But we'll just have to wait and see. So another thing we're gonna try is just duplicating this CDO. That's already been working pretty well. So we're just gonna duplicate it at a 2x budget and see if that performs. Because if we can get another $120 out of this targeting a day and bringing back, $300-400 in sales, then that's a pretty big jump, about 40% of what the store normally does. So we're just gonna go here, 120. We don't need to do anything else. It's as simple as that. And then close and publish. So now the last thing I want to do for this scaling challenge here is just do breakdowns on the add to cart ad sets. So we already did it for the pixel view content. Now we're going to do it on these add to carts because they're a bit more profitable and do have some more sales. So we're just going to do the same thing again like before. So I'm not going to make you guys sit here and watch me do this boring stuff. You understand how it works. It's really just a tedious process, and I'll see you guys here in just a few seconds. And remember guys, now is the time to get your pre-built stores if you want one. I'm never going to offer them this cheap again. And it's pretty valuable for the money, I can't lie. I wish this was something that I had when I first started because it would really help me and give me some more confidence with what I was doing instead of just spending way too much time on my store. These, we're giving you a store. It comes with products, apps, little conversion tactics installed, and you're pretty much good to go where you just need to set up your payments and then launch ads. Alright, those are published, and I just added up real quick how much ad spend we added for daily ad spend, what it should spend, probably be a little bit less, but we added in exactly $500 and new ad spend for the next couple of days. But that's all I want to do for this scaling session right now. That's all we need to do. We don't need to push it any further because if we do too much at once, it can overwhelm the ad account, and sometimes that can affect the results. Ad accounts are emotional in a way, is the best way to put it. So we're gonna launch that. That's what I'm confident in doing, and I'm excited to see the results in the next video that I'll be posting. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I post every other day, and the next video will be a challenge series update for these ads, and I'll talk to you guys then. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a big like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.